Top of the key for three! Splash! Big time three. Here comes Vice driving inside, stolen, picked up by Samantha Marks. Oh, man, he made it happen!
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, two of our area teams clash as the Tri-Township Lady Tigers host the Culver Lady Cavaliers. This is Indiana High School basketball. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play is our sports analyst, Terry Minix. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. We welcome you to the historic Tiger Den of La Crosse, Indiana 46348. We are back for more, set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Well, as we get ready for our seventh basketball broadcast of the season, we saw the Lady Cavs of Culver last week at South Central, but we have yet to see these Tri-Township Lady Tigers. So let's go ahead and start with what we know. When we look at the Lady Cavs of Culver, head coach Adam Neese entered his second year leading the girls program. The Lady Cavs started their season on the road at Westville and fell 56-15. They followed that up with a tough loss to the Winnemac Lady Warriors 33-18. They hosted Elkhart Christian at home on the 21st of November and fell in a tight one. 35-33 was the final. They picked up their first win on the road, though, against Pioneer, 37-33, before winning the very important bell against their cross-county rival Argus at home in big-time fashion, 51-19. On December 4th, the Cavs fell to Rochester on the road 45-27, and then they beat Lakeland Christian on the road 42-28. We saw the Lady Cavs take a tough loss on the road against South Central 36-29. They then took on Trinity Greenlawn and won big time 64-21. They then took on another one of our area teams in the Oregon Davis Lady Cats and won 62-37. We remind you the Lady Cats are dealing with some serious injuries right now. This past Friday, though, they fell to their crosstown rival, the Culver Academy Lady Eagles. 48-19 was the final as the Lady Cavs come into this matchup at 5-6 on the year and 3-1 in Hoosier North Athletic Conference play. No stats listed online for the Lady Cavs at this time, but we do know they are averaging 35.9 points per game on offense, and their defense is allowing 35.5 points per game. We turn now to our sports analyst this evening, two-time Indiana High School basketball state champion head coach. It's Terry Minix. Thoughts on the Lady Cavs since last week in Union Mills?
Well, I've seen them a couple times. Obviously, saw them over at South Central, and then we saw the Bobcats play them, and they actually played a lot better when I saw them, play at home against the Bobcats. They shot the ball extremely well. I think, Adam, they do a really nice job with them, and they're only going to get better and better. In South Central, they struggled to put the ball, in the basket. Part of that was them, and part of that was, South Central's pressure. But all in all, I think Culver Cavaliers are getting better each and every time they step on the floor.
Well, we know the names of Amaya Williams. We're waiting for her to have the game we know she's capable of on the inside. Bryn Barrett and several other key Lady Cavs. And like you said, you saw a lot of threes being made in that game against the Lady Cats.
Right, and Bryn Barrett, she's just an athlete. I mean, obviously she's going on to play volleyball down in Kokomo, but, she's a really good athlete, and she probably can play virtually anything she wants, tiddlywinks or checkers or whatever the case may be. She can do it. So it really starts with her. They didn't have her last year when she chose not to play last year, and she came back for her senior year, and I think it's really helped them. But like you said, Amaya Williams is a big body down low. When she gets the ball, you're not going to get it from her. She does a real nice job when she does keep her back to the basket. Sometimes she kind of gets lost and comes out the top where it's kind of, for a big, it's kind of no man's land at that point. But they'll get it, and like I say, I think by year end, they're going to be a tough out for somebody.
Well, we turn the page and look at the Lady Tigers of Tri-Township. Head coach Christian Porter is in his first official season at the helm. They started their season on the road quite a bit, beating Twin Lakes 42-26. They then traveled to Michigan City and won 55-51. They headed to Tri-County after that and picked up their first loss, 49-29. They then went to West Central and won 44-40. Their first home game was a win against Ileana Christian, 52-48 in overtime. That was the final. And then they hosted Frontier and won 53-22. They also took on Culver Academy and fell on the road 48-42. They then took on a tough loss at home against conference foe Westville, 61-34. They picked up a win at Hebron, 51-15 was the final. And then this past Saturday, they lost to North White at home, 35-31 in a tight one, as the Lady Tigers come into this matchup at 6-4 on the year and 1-1 in Porter County Conference play. Looking at stats for the Lady Tigers, Jade Pryor leads this team with 17.2 points per game. Right behind her is Addison Hendrickson, averaging 14.7 points per game. Interesting side note about Hendrickson we will talk about in the Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report, but she is still the second most points scored on this team per game with 14.7, and then rounding out the top three is Sydney Hudson. She's averaging 6.5 points per game. Leading the team in rebounding is Addison Hendrickson, getting 9.6 boards per game. The team's assist leader is Sydney Hudson, averaging 2 snags per game. And the team steals leader is Lupita Osorino, averaging 3 dimes per game. The Lady Tigers are averaging 43.3 points per game on offense, and their defense is allowing 39.5 points per game. Coach, the Tigers are coming off their greatest regular season in school history last year. While it didn't end the way they had hoped, what has carried over into this season, you think?
Well, Jade Pryor. I mean, when you have her, coming back, a kid scored over 1,000 points in her career. She just, she does a little bit of everything. She can go inside, she can go outside. She just, everything kind of goes through her. And then, obviously, when you got Henderson, when she's there, she's a force as well. Can shoot the basketball, does a nice job. So, like I say, everything starts with Pryor, but they've got some other ones that can really put the ball in the basket as well.
Well, you talk about Jade Pryor. She just recently cracked the 1,000 point mark. I've been told that is only the second individual in Lady Tiger basketball history to make that achievement, so that's a rare occurrence here at Tri-Township in La Crosse, Indiana. Jade Pryor is the real deal, and we congratulate her on cracking that 1,000th career point. Well, we are expecting another great evening of IHSAA girls basketball action, as we certainly appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thank you, John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue this tradition on KVB's WKVI. One injury to report tonight, and it is Addison Hendrickson, unfortunately. Broken hand is what I'm being told, so the Lady Tigers are definitely hurting after that big player in Addison Hendrickson going down. Remember, we told you she is the second most points scored on this team, averaging 14.7. She also led the team in rebounds, 9.6 boards per game. That's something that's going to be missed dearly. I have been told, though, it could be 4 to 5 weeks before she's back. We know the PCC tournament is in late January, so time is of the essence. We hope for her sake she gets back in a speedy recovery, as that is our Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report. Stay tuned. We will hear from Christian Porter of the Tigers and Adam Neese of the Cavaliers after the break. That's in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible healthcare experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm talking with head coach Adam Neese of the Culver Lady Cavaliers. Coach, we saw you a week and a half ago. Things have changed since then. You come into tonight to face off the Tri-Township Lady Tigers. What do you know about them at this time?
They've got Pryor. She's a 1,000-point scorer. Again, they play extremely hard. Again, McGowan raised them up right, and we're excited for the challenge tonight. Again, great gym to play in, great atmosphere. Should be fun.
What do you have to see from the Lady Cavs tonight? Maybe something you guys have been working on.
Again, we got to rebound the basketball. It's huge for us when we play the zone. If we can rebound, especially from our forward positions, and get those long ones, we should have some success.
Message to Cavalier Nation here on the road.
Come out, support us. I mean, La Crosse is a great little town. You can stop by the bar and have some food afterwards. Again, if you don't make it, listen to WKVI, listen to Mitch on call.
Coach, I appreciate you as always.
As always, go Cavs.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
I'm talking with head coach of the Tri-Township Lady Tigers. It's Christian Porter. First time I had a chance to meet with you, Coach. Things are off and running, looking good. Of course, Jade Pryor just got her 1,000th point. Congratulations to her. But you come into this Tuesday night matchup against the Culver Lady Cavaliers. What have you learned about them?
They play zone, 2-3 zone, and they will throw in a little bit of a press, so I got to be ready for that.
Anything in particular that you're looking from your Lady Tigers tonight, maybe something you've been working on?
Put the ball in the basket. That's about it. I think we were 12 for 49 against North White, and that's not indicative of how we practice or how many shots we put up during the week, so we got to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, what would be your message to Tiger Nation here on this Tuesday night, maybe those that are listening in the stands, hoping for a big win?
Defend the den. That's our theme this year, so defend the den, work really hard, and force turnovers, so that's kind of our thing.
Coach, I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. In that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
It's time for the keys to the game, and as we get set for Indiana High School girls basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a Culver Lady Cavalier tonight, Terry?
The big key is find Jaden Pryor.
Yeah.
Know where she's at on the floor. Obviously, like Coach says, they got to be able to rebound the basketball and settle into the surroundings of this gym, because it's going to be different than any other gym you play in all year long.
All right, now flip sides. If you are the head coach of Tri-Township, what do you want to see out of your Lady Tigers?
Well, you got to find their shooters. You know, obviously, I saw them a couple times, and they can shoot the ball. Brent can shoot the ball. Find them, and then you've got to be able to handle that trapping D. He knows they're going to be in a zone. They're going to trap because they're quick and they're long, so you've got to be able to handle that pressure.
That is our keys to the game. It's time to sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our LAP Waste starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration your local Armstrong dealer a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
It's time for the LAP Waste starting lineups.
For the Lady Cavaliers of Culver, Indiana, starting tonight at point guard, we will see Ava McCune. The 2 guard is Ashlyn Barrett. Starting at small forward is Bryn Barrett. At the 4 is Brooke Davis. And at the 5 is Amaya Williams. For the Lady Tigers of Tri-Township, starting at point guard is Lupita Osorino. At the 2 is Emma Armentia. Starting small forward is Sydney Hudson. Starting power forward is Jade Breyer. And at the 5 is Briley Rust. That is our LAP Waste starting lineups, as we will be back to get set for tip-off. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From the historic Tiger Den in La Crosse, Indiana, welcome to game number 7 of our Indiana high school basketball season between the Tri-Township Lady Tigers and the Culver Lady Cavaliers. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. You can certainly stay up to speed on local high school sports in your area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Well, we are proud to let you know the public address announcer tonight in the Tiger Den is Will Pryor. That's Jade Pryor's father. The scoreboard operator is Blaine Rust. We remember Blaine Rust last year, graduated from Tri-Township. I'm being told this is his first official appearance doing the scoreboard operator duties. So big time shout out to Blaine Rust. Glad he is doing well, letting all the, hey, he was on that regional baseball team. They were sectional champions, went to the regional. Almost came away with a great win. I'll never forget that broadcast with Kevin Hannon and Chris McGowan. Blaine Rust, one of the great athletes to come here through Tri-Township. Shout out to him. Also, his mother, she's doing the official scorebook keeper duties, Amber Rust. And we also want to give a big time shout out to Aaron Rust and Mike Shinrod, raising money for the Tri-Township Tigers Baseball Club at the concession stand. So if you are here in the Tiger Den or in the La Crosse area, get here, buy some popcorn, buy a hot dog, support the Tigers Baseball Club. Shout out to the Rust family and also head coach of the baseball club, Mike Shinrod. Always great to catch up with them. Our officials for this one this evening are Joe Bobrowski, Carrie Schnick, and Terry Sherrill. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play, we are honored to have a two-time Indiana high school basketball state champion. Head coach is our sports analyst, Terry Minix. Well, we have a little time to kill, Coach. I want to know, what is Tiddlywinks? What is that game? I've been meaning to ask you this for 3 years.
You never played Tiddlywinks?
I don't.
Man, that must be.
It sounds like something in the back alley you do.
But you played like jacks, right?
Okay.
Like jacks. Okay.
I always love it when you say they could do anything. They could play Tiddlywinks.
They play Tiddlywinks. I tell you what, it was nice seeing Terry Sherrill. He come up here.
He is animated.
He's very animated, and people said.
What's the story on him?
He is I tell you what, he's very animated. He's great for the kids. He enjoys himself. He enjoys being an official, and I had him a number of times, and he and I got along great. One out of. 720. But
he's the one.
But he's the one. Maybe it's his first name, Terry. So who knows? But he does a really nice job. We had him over. I think he was over at OD. Did a boys game last week, and hadn't seen him for a while. But he really is one of them good officials that we need more of them. He's really a good one.
Well, and that's the thing we've talked about before. Officiating is kind of becoming a lost art. Not very many young people want to become officials. That's something Oregon Davis has tried to tackle.
Yeah, they're doing a class where they get in there and they have the teacher, and she's an official herself, and she teaches them, not only basketball, but they do volleyball. They do, can do baseball. They can do, a lot of different things. And it's good because what they do, the first game that they actually do, they come out and that pays for their license. And then they're licensed so they can do something in the summer as well. So that first one, then from then on, they can get paid like anybody else would get paid after that. So it's kind of a like a work in training where they get it and get their degree and move on, and they can make a little bit of money and stuff they can do in the summer because they're official and move on. But it's really the kids have really kind of hooked onto it and really, really like it. And I've officiated with a few of them, you know, in the 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th grade games over there at OD, and they really do a nice job. The hardest part is for them is they're a little shyer, you know, about, you know, all there's people in the stands and somebody's going to yell.
And how do you handle
right,
that?
How do they handle that? I told them just sort of like when you played for me, you just ignored me.
Yeah, just ignore it.
But
you've done it before.
Yeah, you've done it before. You know how to do it. But for the most part, it really is a good program, and I think they do a nice job, and it's something that the kids can have with them, and hopefully, you know, down the road we can get more officials, you know, in the state of Indiana, because it's becoming, you see there's a lot of older guys. I told you, you know, Kerry Schnick's here tonight, and he's one that officiated when I played. So that tells you how old he is.
Well, he looks in pretty good shape.
He looks in better shape than me, that's for sure. And he officiated when I played. So, you know, you got a lot of them out there. You know, you got Mike Lord, who's still doing it, and he's you know, up there, and Bob Schellinger. You know, you've got a lot of older guys. So we need some good young officials to get out there and you know, they know the game. They just got to get out and do it, and, you know, don't take it personal, and start at the lower levels and learn from these older guys, and gradually move on, and hopefully at some point in time be able to do a state finals, or, you know, at least sectionals, and keep moving up.
Well, I think I did read an article from the IHSAA last spring that said that the average age of officials is in the mid-50s.
Oh, I bet it really had, and it's just tough because of, you know, the way crowds are, you know, a lot, you know, the coaches are bad enough, but then you got, you know, people in the stands that, you know, are telling you how good you are and everything too. So it's a tough thing. You got to have thick skin.
Well, the Lady Cavs are out there warming up. They are in all black with red and orange trim, very nice jerseys, and then it looks like the Lady Tigers are going to be in all white with green trim. It'll be interesting to see what happens in this one tonight. The Lady Cavs are coming off a good game. Just a couple. What do you see now?
I'm trying to figure out where you see red on that uniform.
It's in the. It's a kind of a burnt orange. It looks kind of red.
Let's go orange. Their colors are orange.
Well, it looks kind of red. There's a burnt orange and then a lighter orange on the trim there.
All right.
But any game here in the Den, I mean, this place is awesome.
It is. It's a fun place. I mean, back years ago, it even used to have a rubber floor, you know, and it had a wood floor. Then they had the rubber when people had a rubber floor, and then they've taken that up. And it's just a beautiful, it takes you back.
It does. Makes you feel like you're in a little part of history here in La Crosse, Indiana. A little Hoosiers action. Of course, they always like to play Hoosier theme music while the teams are warming up. It really gets you in the spirit of Indiana high school basketball as we stand by to turn things over to our public address announcer, Will Pryor, tonight in the Tiger Den. Always, it's a family affair when you come to these small schools. Well, I mean, you know that over at Oregon Davis. All hands are on deck, and just something special about the family ties.
And there may not be as many people here because they do have the young kids doing their Christmas program tonight, so it's kind of taken away a little bit from the people that usually would be here.
Well, we'll go ahead and turn things over to Will Pryor, our public address announcer. Well, I think they're going through their dance routine first, Terry. Got to get the crowd pumped up as Keener Construction is a proud supporter of all local high school sports. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Let Keener Construction build you a home today.
For tonight, IHSA
court.
A little short version of the
short court, short version.
Short version. Well, and everyone still cheered as they're piecing the puzzle together. As Terry said, a Christmas show is going on at the lower level classes, and a lot of people that are normally here running the show are not tonight. So, as we said, all hands are on deck here tonight at the Tiger Den, making things happen. The excitement is here. As we'll go through the starting lineups one more time for the Lady Cavs, Ava McCune at the point guard. The 2 guard will be Ashlyn Barrett. The small forward will be Bryn Barrett. The power forward is Brooke Davis. And the center is Amaya Williams. For the Lady Tigers, we will see Lupita Osarono. At the 2 is Emin Armentia. Starting small forward is Sydney Hudson. We remember Sydney Hudson. She was one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week last year. At the 4 is Jade Pryor. Just cracked 1,000 career points here at Tri-Township. The second Lady Tiger to ever do that in the history here at Tri-Township in La Crosse, Indiana. She was, of course, one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week last year as well. And then at the center position is Briley Rust. That is our starting lineups for tonight. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for girls basketball action from La Crosse, Indiana. Tonight's tip-off is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award, given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Interesting Saturday Sports Line coming up this week. We will have several of our area head coaches on. We'll talk with head coach of the boys Blue Jay team, North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays, Kit Cheesem. We'll then talk to Knox Lady Redskin head coach James Adcock. Back to North Judson to talk to the Lady Jays head coach Whitney Combs. Then we'll talk with Larry Sennard, head coach of the boys team at Oregon Davis. We'll talk West Central Wrestling with Kenny Nielsen. We'll also talk with Christian Porter, head coach of the Tri-Township Lady Tigers. That's all coming up this weekend on the Saturday Sports Line. Well, in the middle is Amaya Williams and Jade Pryor for the Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack tip. Terry Sherrill going over the rules in the middle, and we have the whistle, and our Web Printing JT Shirt Shack tip is up and away. The Cavs control it. It's Ava McCune at the right block. Briley Rust on her. Inside, Brooke Davis back out up top. Ashlyn Barrett. She's going to be dribbling with Jade Pryor all over. Hands off to Ava McCune, and now the Lady Cavs will set the offense. McCune driving right, spinning around, back to the foul line. Then dump off to Bryn Barrett. First time she's touched the rock tonight. She's got Emma Armentia on her. Back to her sister. Yep, Ashlyn Barrett will unfortunately travel, and it will be the first turnover of the night.
Am I doing turnovers tonight, or you?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind. You're better at it. Sorry, Harold. I'm running the commercials. What do you want me to do?
I got you.
Armentia with the ball, back up to Osarono. Drives right, cross-court pass, far corner. Briley Rust almost lost it. She does. It's stolen by, oh no. Stolen back by the Lady Tigers. It looked like Ashlyn Barrett got in there, and now we have a loose ball foul. Oh, they're going to call it on Bryn Barrett here. So loose ball foul on Bryn Barrett. She'll pick up her first here in the first minute of this ball game. 7:05 to go, and we're still looking for our first points. Out of bounds play underneath her own basket. Briley Rust to take it out. She finds Sydney Hudson coming up to the top of the key. Hands off to Osarono. Osarono over to Armentia. Armentia back to Osarono, into the left elbow. It's Jade Pryor. Now to the near corner. Sydney Hudson for three. No good. Rebounded by Osarono on the inside. Her putback's no good. Fight for the rebound. Jade Pryor has it. Now she's doubled short corner. Hits the deck. A bunch of girls on the floor, and a jump ball will be called. It will be Lady Tiger basketball. So it stays here. Pryor to take it out. 2-3 from the Lady Cavs. They kick it to the near corner. It's Briley Rust. Then back up top to Emma Armentia. Almost lost it. Picked up by Briley Rust at the left block. Back out. Jade Pryor. Three. Yes, sir. 3-0. Jade Pryor adds to that 1,000th point mark. She's going to end this season on a very high note. Full court pressure from the Lady Tigers. The Cavs stolen by Jade Pryor. Here she comes off the glass, takes the foul, and one. Thank you very much.
She can do it all.
5 quick points from Jade Pryor. It could be 6 here as she goes to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. In and out on the three-point opportunity. Fight for the rebound. The Cavs touch it last, and it goes out of bounds. Staying here, the Lady Tigers are pouncing on this opportunity right now. Pryor to take it out. Looking for Osarono. She gets it in. Osarono driving inside. Oh, stolen by Ashlyn Barrett. She threw it right to her, and here comes Ashlyn across the timeline. 6 minutes to go, 5-0. The Lady Tigers of Tri-Township lead, and now a push.
Call that on Sydney Hudson away from the ball. That's her first.
So Hudson will pick up her first. They inbound to the Cavs to Amaya Williams. Back out to Brooke Davis. Then to Ashlyn Barrett for 3. No good.
Nice.
Rebounded by
Out.
Emma Armentia. She did block out her defender. And now she gets it to Jade Pryor, top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Back over to Armentia, driving baseline. Dump off to Sydney Hudson. Thought about a shot from the short corner. No. Now she attacks. Take on Amaya Williams. Nothing called. Inside, rebounded by Osarono. Her putback's no good. Rebounded by the Cavs. Here comes Ashlyn Barrett. Barrett, then to Bryn Barrett, top of the key. 3, no good. Amaya Williams comes up with a rebound. Her putback's no good, and Jade Pryor will come up with it again. Lady Tigers withstanding the Cavalier pressure here. Osarono bringing it across the timeline. Brooke Davis on her. Ooh, Ava McCune got in there as they tried to find Emma Armentia.
I think we talked about this last week when they were playing South Central. They leave the middle open, and you've got to be able to stick somebody in the middle of this zone. Just like that.
Just like that as the Tigers get it into Armentia right at the foul line, then back out to Hudson, then over to Osarono. Osarono fighting, and a reach-in foul will be called on the Cavs.
Going to give that to Barrett. That's going to be her second, I think. So Bryn Barrett, that's her second.
Oh my gosh. So Bryn Barrett will have to check out here. Checking in as number 32, Brianna Schlemmer, and we remember her. She can shoot as well.
She can shoot it.
Out of bounds play underneath her own basket. Briley Russ to take it out for the Tigers. She gets it to Jade Pryor at the left block. Triple team. Back out to Sydney Hudson. Pops the 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Amaya Williams comes up with it. 5-0. The Tigers lead. 4:45 to go in the first.
The problem with Barrett going out, you have one of your ball handlers and obviously one of your best athletes out of the game right now.
Yeah. Near corner, Schlemmer. Back to McCune. Then back to Schlemmer. Man-to-man from the Tigers. Here comes the double. Osarono and Armentia. Jade Pryor steals the pass. They tried to find Brooke Davis up to Sydney Hudson, and she will lose it. I'll tell you what, the Amaya Williams and Ava McCune really got back on defense and caused problems for Hudson there.
Well, McCune used to the soccer field. I think she's used to
She
getting
can
up
run.
and down there. Yep.
Full court pressure from the Tigers. Davis to Schlemmer, then to Amaya Williams, up to McCune. McCune, far side of the floor, picks up her dribble, then to Ashlyn Barrett, then to Brianna Schlemmer, then back to Barrett. Top of the key. Takes the pick from Williams. Armentia on her, then back to Ava McCune, far corner. McCune will bring it back out up top. Armentia on her.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Pretty cheap call there. Did I say that out loud?
Interesting.
Yeah, you said it better than me. That's on Emma Army.
I mean, she just breathed on her wrong, and we hear a whistle.
Yeah.
But he saw it from a different angle. We'll give it to him there. As the Cavs kick it back court, McCune will cross the timeline. 3:45 to go here in the first. McCune driving in, picks up her dribble, back out to Ashlyn Barrett. Sydney Hudson all over. They switch. Jade Pryor up top. Barrett spins around, picks up her dribble. Over to Brianna Schlemmer, near side. Now back out to Barrett. Barrett back to Schlemmer. Pops the 3. No good, and it hits air out of bounds. And Tiger Nation lets them know about it.
Hits air.
It hit air. That was a nice way of saying air ball.
All right.
Probably shouldn't have said
You talk about my tiddlywinks. I was just wondering about your hits air.
Well, it hit something.
She just changed pivot foot.
She did move her pivot foot. Sydney Hudson, near corner, miscall. They get it inside to Briley Rust, and it slips out of her hands and goes out of bounds. Osarono, a little too much energy in that pass.
Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time, go quick, go quick, go quick. They've got 5 turnovers thus far, and a lot of that is just because they're going too quick.
Too quick. Full court pressure from the Tigers. Brooke Davis gets it in. Now to Schlemmer. Cross-court pass to Ashlyn Barrett. Barrett back to Davis. Here comes Davis driving in. Near corner, Brianna Schlemmer pops the 3. No good that time again. Rebounded by Ava McCune. No, stolen by Jade Pryor. Here she comes. I don't know if she had full possession of that rebound.
No.
Near corner, Sydney Hudson driving in. Dump off to Armentia. Another turnover. You can really tell the 2 feet difference, the 2-foot or 4-foot difference in this court.
And it's a great court too. If you do press, it's a great court too, because the court is so much smaller and condensed that it's like you got an extra player out there.
You wouldn't think 2 feet on each end of the floor would cause that much space to be gone, but it does. And now here's another push.
I think Terry Schnick didn't have anywhere to go tonight.
He's feeling happy.
That's on Jaden Carr, I think. And that's her first.
So Jaden Carr, who checked in a moment ago, the junior, will pick up her first. Still 5-0, the Lady Tigers lead. 2:30 to go in the opening quarter. Mitch Columbia along with Terry Minix here on KVB's WKVI. It's McCune getting to the right block. Puts up a shot, no good. But she's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
It's going to be on Brylan Rust.
So Briley Rust will pick up her first?
Her first.
Oh, on the floor. They're not saying it was in the act of shooting.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay.
So Ashlyn Barrett to take it out underneath her own basket. Gets it to Amaya Williams. Hand off back to Ashlyn Barrett. She brings it up to the top of the key. Hand off to Brianna Schlemmer. Schlemmer tried to find Amaya Williams. Amaya was trying to pick. Stolen by Armentia. And here comes Emma for the Tigers. Back out Sydney Hudson. Then to the near corner. Armentia. Back up top to Sydney Hudson.
Get on her.
Over to Jade Pryor. Pops the 3. No good, but she tracks down her own rebound. Puts up the shot. And they will call the foul on Amaya Williams. I'm not sure if this is in the act of shooting either.
He's saying out of bounds on the baseline.
So on the floor is what they will call. 2 minutes to go here in the first. The Tigers 5-0. They had 5 quick points early, and since then it's been a defensive battle. Rust to take it out, tried to get it to Carr, lost it, stolen by Ashlyn Barron. Up to Ava McCune. Here she comes, driving in on Sydney Hudson.
That's offensive. Yep. Good call,
and it is a charge. Terry Sherrill sees it and calls it a charge by Ava McCune. She brought everything she could, and you just read her lips there. She said, "That's my bad." She's just trying to make something happen.
Yeah, she just put her shoulder down. She just went straight up. Should have been okay.
Armentia to the near corner. Sydney Hudson, then back out right elbow. Briley Rust pops it for 15, and she gets it to go. 7-0. The Lady Tigers lead here with 1:40 to go. Brooke Davis to take it out. Full court pressure from the Tigers. Stolen by Sydney Hudson. Near corner. Back out up top to Jade Pryor. Pryor looking at that 2-3. Brings it back out. Then over to Emma Armentia. Armentia spins around to Sydney Hudson. Almost stolen by Ashlyn Barron. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a sideline out of bounds play for the Tigers.
I tell you, the coaches are so close there. I thought he had a pretty good chance of a steal there.
They are standing. I mean, where they don't have much space.
Nope.
They get it into Jade Pryor, who drives in from the left block, and she gets another 2 points to go. 9-0 now. The Tigers lead. The Cavs are trying to put points on the board here in the first. Last minute of it. Madeline Hamilton, who checked it a moment ago, has it. Then back up to Ava McCune. McCune back over to Hamilton. Looking inside to Amaya Williams. Now to the left elbow. It's Brooke Davis driving in. Too hard off the glass. Gets her own rebound with the help of Amaya Williams. Back to Ashlyn Barrett for three. No good. Fight for the rebound. Amaya's on the floor. Ooh. She may have touched it last, but they're saying it was last touched by Emma Armentia, and it will stay here. Lady Cav basketball. Last 47.1 seconds. Down by 9. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. They need something here. Oh, my gosh. They couldn't get it in. The D was too stout from the Tigers, and a 5-second call will mean a turnover for the Cavs.
I think the Tigers need to get something going to the basket. They're going to be shooting free throws in these last 45 seconds, but get the ball to Pryor or at least attacking the basket.
Armentia spins around, finds space, gets it inside to Jade Pryor. Dump off.
Turned it over.
She tried to dump it off the Jaden Carr and unfortunately threw it away, so that will be a turnover for the Tigers. 36.2 seconds to go in the first.
That should go out of bounds.
Inbounds pass hits the back of the backboard. It should be, and he didn't call it. Now a foul as they cross the timeline.
It's going to be on Jade Pryor.
Yeah, you passed it in from the inbounds underneath the basket. If it hits the back of the backboard, it's an automatic out of bounds. Missed call. Now on the other end of the floor, a foul, reach in by Jade Pryor, which sends Ava McCune to the line. She misses the first of two, as Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop. Recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. McCune, second free throw is good, and the Cavs get on the board 9-1. The Tigers lead. Last 30 seconds here. Emma Armentia crosses the timeline. Into Jade Pryor. Back out near corner. Hudson. Then up top to Armentia. Swings it over to Briley Rust. Back to Emma. Armentia with it. Back to Briley. Briley over to Jade Pryor. Into the right elbow. Sydney Hudson back out to Pryor. Pops the three. No good. Too hard. Rebounded by Ashlyn Barrett. Last 3 seconds here. Barrett, I don't think she knows. Oh, she does. She chucks it, and it's no good. And that will be the end of the first. 9-1. The Lady Tigers fight hard, and they lead by 8 as we take a break and come back. Second quarter action is on the way.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Back in the historic Tiger Den, 9-1, the Lady Tigers lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. Two of our area teams clash here on KVB's WKVI. Mitch Columbi along with sports analyst Terry Minix. Tuesday night, Indiana high school basketball action on your local hometown radio station, K99.3 WKVI. We start the second quarter. Bryn Barrett will check in. She has the ball at the top of the key. Emma Armentia all over, man-to-man from the Lady Tigers. They switch up top, though, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, they're just putting some really good pressure on the ball, and they stay back. Do a nice job in the inside. Can't let them get the ball inside as well. There you go. Finally into Williams.
And there she gets it to go. The entry pass to Amaya Williams at the block. One dribble, turnaround shot. She gets it to go.
We talk about one of the keys of the game was finding Jade Pryor. And Jade in that first quarter had 7 of the 9 points.
She has it at the top of the key. She gets it to Briley Russ now. Rust over to Emma Armentia. Then back to Rust. Then swings it over. Far side of the floor. Jade Pryor picks up her dribble. Back to Rust. Then over to Armentia. Pops the three. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Brooke Davis. Davis pushes it forward to Ava McCune inside. Off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Amaya Williams. Her putback's no good, but a foul is called. We'll see if it's in the act of shooting here.
It should be. Well, who knows? It's going to be on Jayden Carr.
Yes.
That's going to be her second.
Amaya Williams' first of 2 free throws is no good, as L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They are no stranger to hard work and dedication and recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being a part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. Emma Armentia will check out, and checking in for the Lady Tigers. Williams' second free throw is no good, but checking in for the Lady Tigers is number 1, Lupita Osarono. My apologies. Near corner, Sydney Hudson into Jade Pryor.
Pass.
Dump off pass to Jayden Carr. No
Nice
good,
pass.
but a foul is called.
Nice entry pass. Nice little dump off at the bottom on the cut.
They like to look for that action. That's
They do.
not the first time Jade looks for that.
Kind of that high-low, and, a couple times it's been a little quick, but that time they ran it very, very well.
So at the free throw line is Jayden Carr. First of 2 is on the way, and it is no good. Local Union USW 9551 is a proud sponsor of all local high school sports. They believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. Carr's second free throw on the way. No good again. Ava McCune will pick up the rebound for the Cavs. 9-3. They trail by 6 here. 6:30 to go in the first half. Oh my gosh. And Brooke Davis sets the pick. Head coach Adam Neese does not like the call. Terry Sherrill is saying she moved her shoulder, moving pick.
Yeah, that was a good solid pick.
She hit the deck, that's for sure. So now the Tigers will inbound it to Lupita Osarono. Gets it to Briley Russ, then swings it. Stolen by Ava McCune. Read the passing lane well. One-on-one. Off the glass, too hard. Rebounded by Lupita, and now a jump ball will be called. McCune a little upset with herself, and you see head coach Adam Neese just saying, calm down.
Yeah, I think she was thinking she was going to get fouled, and the big thing you have to tell your kids is make the basket. If you get fouled, it's a bonus.
Sydney Hudson driving in, near corner now. Jade Pryor picks up her dribble. Here comes the double. Then back out to Hudson. Swings it over to Osarono. Then over to Briley Rust. Rust back to Osarono. Inside to Jade Pryor at the free throw line. Picks up her dribble. Now near corner. Sydney Hudson for 3. Splash! Big time 3. Sydney Hudson. Nothing but net as she tickles the twine. 12-3. The Tigers lead, and they steal it back. It's Jade Pryor. Dump off to Lupita. Inside. Try to get rid of it. Stolen by Ashlyn Barrett. Here comes Ava McCune. Taking on Rust. And this time a blocking foul will be called on Rust. You saw Ava McCune do a jump stop that time to set her feet, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
It's going to be Briley Rust's second foul.
So McCune at the line to shoot 2. As Reynolds Funeral Home of Hamlet and Coons Lake have been proud supporters of local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321 for Hamlet or 574-586-2120 for Coons Lake. McCune hits the first of 2. 12-4 now is the score. The Tigers in the lead. McCune, second free throw. Rattles around, and it goes. 12-5 now. Full court pressure from the Cavs. The Tigers beat it. It's Sydney Hudson. Now to Lupita Osarono. Back to Hudson, then to the far corner. Jade Pryor picks up her dribble. Back up top to Hudson. Swings it over to Osarono. Then to the near corner. Emma Armentia. Back to Lupita. Then over to Hudson. Hudson back to Lupita. Then over to Emma Armentia. Skip pass, far side of the floor. It's Hudson driving in. And a blocking foul will be called on Amaya Williams. It seems like every time we see her, she doesn't get a break, Coach.
No, it's not from a lack of hustle. It's just you got to get there just a little bit quicker. And, she's coming in there kind of out of control. All you had to do was just stay there.
So now Sydney Hudson at the line to shoot 2. Her first is no good, as today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We certainly thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue this tradition on KVB's WKVI. Hudson's second free throw no good, as they can't get free throws to drop here, Coach.
No.
The Cavs cross the timeline. It's Ava McCune with the ball. Far side of the floor, Emma Armentia all over. She picks up her dribble, then back to Brooke Davis. Davis hand off to Bryn Barrett, then back to Brianna Schlemmer. Schlemmer almost lost it, pops it inside the three-point line. No good, fight for the rebound. And it might be an over-the-back call?
Nope, they just called out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So last touch by the Cavs, the Tigers will have it, as Emma Armentia will pass it in to Lupita Osorono. Back to Armentia, near corner to Sydney Hudson. Looking inside, nothing there. Back out, Armentia swings it over to Osorono. Osorono back to Armentia. Back to Osorono. Inside to Sydney Hudson. Back out, Emma Armentia pops the three.
Splash.
She gets it to go. 15-5 now. 10-point lead for the Lady Tigers. 4:20 to go in the first half. Davis up to Ashlyn Barrett. They cross the timeline. Lob up to Ava McCune. Right block. Back out. Brianna Schlemmer pops the three. In and out. No good. And Ava McCune trying to get the rebound is called for the over and back. And now
it's going to be her second foul.
The Tigers will have it. The Cavs pull the full court pressure, and here comes Lupita Osorono. Gets to Emma Armentia, crosses the timeline, back to Osorono. Then to the far side of the floor, it's Jade Pryor, picks up her dribble, skip pass, Emma Armentia pops it. Deep two, no good, rebounded by Sydney Hudson. Dump off to Jade Pryor on the inside, trying to get space. And they call her for a travel on the inside. They say she picked up her pivot foot.
That was going to be 3 seconds anyway.
Anyway, it was close. And then Jaden Carr will check back in for the Lady Tigers, and checking out is Callie Minton, the freshman. Here come the Cavs. Ava McCune, far side of the floor. It's Ashlyn Barrett. Carr on her. Picks up her dribble, and now a foul will be called on Carr.
Jaden Carr, that's going to be her third.
So just being a little too aggressive. And now, Callie Minton, the freshman, will check back in for Jaden Carr, so she didn't get much. Minton will come back out. Minton, 5'11" for a freshman. She's the tallest tallest player on this Lady Tiger team, as it's an entry pass to Brooke Davis. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. Rebounded by the Lady Tigers. Sydney Hudson to Lupita Osorono, crossing the timeline. 3:20 to go here in the first half. 15-5, the Tigers lead. And Sydney Hudson will throw it away.
It's going to be their 12th turnover of the night.
She tried to find Emma Armentia on the far side of the floor, and it just sailed away from her, and it goes into the Tigers' cheer block, which is mostly boys basketball players from the Tigers. So it's nice to see the boys basketball team here in support of the Tigers. Almost stolen by the Lady Tigers. The Cavs are on the floor. They'll call a jump ball. It'll stay Lady Cav basketball. Sideline out of bounds play. Barrett to take it out. Ashlyn gets it to her sister Bryn. That's who they need to have the ball in their hands, I feel like, Coach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's got the size advantage. No, they don't kind of utilize her here to attack the basket.
Bryn Barrett picks up her dribble, hands off to her sister Ashlyn. Oh, nice dump off the Bryn. Right block, brings it back out, sends it to Ashlyn. Ashlyn brings it back to the left side of the floor. Now coming back to the near side, gets it to Bryn. Short corner, then back to Ashlyn. Ashlyn picks up her dribble, dump off to Brooke Davis. And then a foul will be called on Osorono on the inside.
That's her first. Team fourth.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. Ashlyn Barron to take it out for the Cavs. Down 10, 15-5 with 2:30 to go in the first half. And she'll throw it off the leg of Sydney Hudson. Didn't want to get another 5-second call.
Yeah, good smart play.
Slaps the ball. Here comes the play. Lob to Bryn Barrett. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. Rebounded by Jade Pryor, and she gets it to Lupita Osorono. Osorono taking her time, crossing the timeline, gets it over to Sydney Hudson. And head coach Christian Porter calls a full timeout. He wants to talk things over, as today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Haven't been many timeouts tonight, Coach. We're already at the 2:15 mark in the first half.
It's going by really quick. I mean, when you get a couple teams that want to get up and down the floor, that's going to happen. I mean, the big thing is they probably had a little more turnovers than, both of them. One has 12 and one has 11. So, they got to take care of the basketball. I guess treasure it a little bit more, but I think things are going pretty well for the Tigers right now.
Well, if you're the Cavs, you got to get the ball to go through the hoop at least a couple more times.
Well,
they're having troubles.
They are, and not having Maya in there really hurts them because you don't have that kind of that inside out. And if your outside shot is not falling, it makes for a long night. And, like I say, you got to get used to shooting in a gym like this. I mean, it's a great gym, but it's one of them that when you talk about home court advantage, this is definitely a home court advantage.
So out of the timeout, the Tigers will have it. Sydney Hudson will take it out. Hudson finds Osorono in the near corner. Back out to Hudson. Hudson back to Osorono. Skip past the Jade Pryor. Pryor dribbling, crossing over on Ashlyn Barrett, picks up her dribble, back up top, Sydney Hudson. Here she comes, driving in, near corner, Lupita Osorono, skip past the Jade Pryor, almost stolen, nice dump off inside to Minton. And a jump ball will be called. Brianna Schlemmer crashed on her, and it'll stay here. Lady Tiger basketball, Jade Pryor to take it out. Pryor gets it to Emmett Armentia. Back up top to Sydney Hudson. Hudson, McCune on her, back over to Jade Pryor, then back to Sydney Hudson. Back over to Pryor. Jade picks up her dribble. Back to Hudson. Hudson driving in, puts up a shot. Are they calling a blocking foul?
Yes, they are. Kind of bailed her out on that one.
So a blocking foul will send Sydney Hudson to the line. They will call it on number 32, Brianna Schlemmer, her first. Hudson's first free throw is no good. She's had trouble tonight, as tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. She gets the second free throw to go through, 16-5. The Lady Tigers lead. Last 90 seconds of the first half. Brooke Davis gets it up to Ashlyn Barrett. The Cavs cross the timeline. They need to get some points here. Only 5 so far in the first half.
Not a lot of scoring at all. I mean, 16-5.
Yeah. Inside to Schlemmer. Turnaround shot from the post. No good. Rebound by Bryn Barron, and she gets the putback to go. That's who they need. 16-7 now. And you're right, the Lady Tigers have had trouble getting the ball in the hole as well.
Yeah, and they've got 13 turnovers as well.
Hudson up top, gets it to Osorono. Then to the near corner, Jade Pryor. Entry pass stolen by the Cavs. It's Brooke Davis, and then a reach-in foul will be called on Callie Minton, the freshman. Oh, and it is shooting, as that was the Tigers' 5th foul here in this quarter, so it will send Brooke Davis to the line to shoot 2. We certainly thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Brooke Davis's first of 2 goes through. We'll also see Madeline Hamilton check in and Bryn Barrett check out. Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Davis's second free throw is good, and now it's 16-9. The Cavs are crawling back in this here. Last 50 seconds of the first half. Osarono to cross the timeline. Gets it over to Armentia. Back to Osarono. Crossover, almost lost it.
Going to be a foul on Ava McEwen. Going to be her third.
So McCune will come up with her third foul here, sending Osarono to the line to shoot two. 16-9. As Culver Sportside Marina is part of the broadcast, they can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver Sportside Marina at 574-842-5000. We appreciate their support toward helping continue this tradition. First free throw from Osarono is no good. Second one here on the way. Back iron, too hard. Fight for the rebound, falls into the hands of Ava McCune. She crosses the timeline. Last 40 seconds of the first half. Armentia all over. McCune gets by her. Near corner, poked out of bounds by Jade Pryor. It'll stay here. I love the size of this gym for the simple fact you can hear everything. You literally can hear everything. Out of bounds play. Hamilton to take it out. Kicks it up top to Bryn Barron, who checked back in a moment ago. Bryn, hands off to Ashlyn Baird, then to Brianna Schlimmer, back to Ashlyn. Ashlyn, then to Madeline Hamilton. Last 22 seconds here. The Cavs want the last shot. Almost stolen. Saved by Brooke Davis.
Foot's on the line.
Foot's on the line, and it will be a turnover by the Cavs. And head coach Adam Neese wants to call a timeout to chat things over. At least he was asking for it. Well, maybe he changed his mind. So he doesn't want the timeout now. No need. 17 seconds to go here in the first half. The Tigers get it into Lupita Osarono. Crosses the timeline. Picks up her dribble. Almost lost it. Madeline Hamilton all over. Gets rid of it back to Emma Armentia. Then over to Jade Pryor. Driving in. Picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Then to Sydney Hudson. Hudson. Back to Osarono. Deep three. No good. And that will be the end of the first half, 16-9. The Lady Tigers of Tri-Township and La Crosse, Indiana lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. As we will take a break and come back, we will chat about this first half in the KVB halftime show. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know that when agriculture thrives, we all do. It's the heart and grit of our agricultural communities that keep the crops coming in and the livestock cared for day and night. That's why we build financial solutions around the needs and schedules of our ag clients. I'm Isaac Blue, ag banker at Knox, North Judson, and Culver. If you're looking for a financial partner that has over 135 years experience in understanding and supporting agriculture, I'd like to hear from you. Let's harvest success together. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
16-9's the score here in the KVB halftime show. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. I am accompanied by sports analyst Terry Minix. Well, defensive battle maybe? Is that a good way of saying it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they're similar teams, and it's, you know, they really get up in your face and really play hard-nosed defense, and, you know, the bad part, I guess, if you're the coaches, I mean, you've got 14 turnovers for Tri-Township. They have 16 points. And Culver has 13 turnovers with their 9 points. So, there's one of them, like I've said, a number of times in our broadcast, we talk about, hurry, hurry, hurry. And you've got to just slow up, and they can't. I say it all the time, but they can't score if they don't have the ball. You're just giving them opportunities if you try to force something that's not really there. So, just be a little bit more patient. One thing that the Cavs did do in that second quarter was they held Jaden down. Jade was, she come out had 7 quick points, and then they held her, and she didn't score another basket. So they did a nice job there. They just got some foul problems they got to deal with coming this second half. They got a couple players, Amaya and McEwen, both have 3 fouls.
So that's going to be the story in the second half, to be very careful. You almost can't be too aggressive in that sense, but you still got to apply some pressure.
Right. I mean, he's deep enough on the bench that he's got some other players. But like we talked, when you take out a girl like Amaya, who, she's really good with her back to the basket, and it gives you that, inside-out play, and they weren't able to do that, and they were doing a lot of east and west dribbling, from sideline to sideline as opposed to looking in the inside. And that's a big part of their offense where, when I saw them against Oregon Davis, they would go inside, then they would throw it back outside, and then they would knock down a 3. And they haven't had that opportunity because the Tigers have played some really, really good defense on them. I mean, it's been one where, they do a nice job of switching and all that. One thing that it impresses me with the Tigers, when one of their girls on their end gets, trapped, or they're, they pick up the ball, they do a nice job of flashing to them and helping them, as opposed to
standing
around on the backside and having your hand up like, I'm open, but I'm over here, on the other side of the court.
To it.
They flash to the ball to the open spot. They move really, really well without the basketball.
Well, and then I think we've realized the spacing. We talked about it on this court. You really realize the what is the regulation in high school? Is it
84-50? 84 foot long, 50 feet wide.
And this, from what I've been told, is 2 feet shorter on each end. So 4 feet total is what I remember being told last year. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
But it is
it sure seems shorter than that. When you've got the end, you've got the stage where you've got 2 foot and you're going to hit the stage.
In the out of bounds.
And on the out of bounds. And then on the opposite end, you've got about 6 feet, and then you're going outside to go down to the restaurant.
Yeah.
So, it's a different type of gym to play in. I mean, like I said, I loved it. I always thought it was fun to coach here. It was fun to play here. But it's one you really have to get used to, because the basket, when you're shooting a jump shot from the outside, you've got that green curtain right behind it.
Right.
I mean, it's like having a wall right behind it, and the other side, pretty much, you do have a wall on the other side. So it's just something you got to get used to, and, it's a lot easier. Like I would tell the girls, they say, well, I can't shoot from outside because, the surroundings are different. I said, well, if you shoot a layup, if you steal the ball and you shoot a layup, it's not much different. So you've got to do a better job on the defensive side and be able to shoot a layup.
You probably had a lot of good memories in this gym.
Had a lot of good memories, both playing and coaching in this gym, but
and broadcasting.
Oh, and of course,
the trifecta, Terry.
Oh, yeah, you led me right into that, didn't you?
Done it all. Done it all in this gym.
But it is a fun gym. It's it's that hometown, small little town.
Hoosiers.
It really is. It's we have some nice gyms. I guess I can brag about Oregon Davis, but Oregon Davis, the round dome is a cool gym. This is a cool gym. Obviously, Weinberg's and Knox is unbelievable gym. So we've got some really nice gyms around that don't have all the fancy bells and whistles that maybe some of these schools in South Bend and Indianapolis and these other areas have. But we've got our own little niche that makes us special.
I always like playing in old gyms at Rushville. Our gym, Memorial Gymnasium, was built in 1918. So, a little history behind it. You kind of feel it in the air. I always like playing in older gyms than newer gyms. I don't know why.
Did you ever play in the Hatchet, at Anderson?
So we played at the Wigwam.
Oh, Wigwam, yeah.
We played at the Wigwam. We beat Anderson my junior year at the Wigwam.
Okay. There you go.
I never got to play at Newcastle, though, which is the largest high school gym in the world. Never got to play there. That's another story for another day. But I never got to play. We played at the new Knightstown gym, but I never got to play
in the old Hoosier gym,
which that was something I kind of wish we'd always got to do. But anyway,
they've done that. I know they take teams down there from time to time, and and I know the boys had went down there and did that, and it's kind of a neat thing. Like I say, it's unique for Indiana. I mean, you can go to these other states. I mean, you can obviously go to Michigan, it's close by, and go to Illinois, and it's not the same.
It isn't.
I mean, it's just like your commercial. I mean, it's 49 other states.
It's just basketball. But there's something special about it here in Indiana.
It really is. I mean, Indiana, we've got the Indianapolis 500, and we got basketball. That's what we're known for.
I'm glad you included the race. Thanks, Coach.
You have to, man. All over the world they know about that. They know about basketball. I mean, we can go – I swear we've been on vacations. When you say stuff about Indiana, they don't say really anything about Purdue, but they say IU, and they, all them national, five national championship banners that get in your way when you're watching a game. So,
good for you. Good for you. I met a guy from France once, and he goes, "Where are you from?" I said, "Indiana." "Oh, Reggie Miller."
Oh, there you go.
That was what he remembered it as.
Nothing wrong with that. That's good, Reg.
Well, there's several of our area teams in action tonight, two of which are facing off against each other. The Culver Cavaliers boys team is taking on the Winamac Warriors. At the end of the third quarter, the Warriors are beating the Cavs 43-17. But in our game, it's 16-9, and we're going to take a break and come back. The KVB halftime show continues after this.
Do you know what to do when you see a down power line? The answer is very simple. Stay far away. The folks at Kankakee Valley RAMC want you to know that down power lines can be very dangerous. Even if they come off the power pole, they still may be energized. Call 911 and wait for instructions from the fire department or power company. The folks at Kankakee Valley RAMC want to keep you safe.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. Well, we are starting second half action as the KVB halftime show comes to a close. The Cavs will inbound it and start with the ball for the third quarter. It's Bryn Barrett crossing the timeline. She gets it to Ashlyn Barrett, then up top to Brooke Davis. Swings it over to Bryn. Bryn looking inside, nothing there. Up top to Ava McCune. A lot more motion and action from the Cavs here to start on this possession, Coach.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job of spacing the floor out a little bit more, better than that start of the game where they were all inside that three-second lane.
So here's Bryn Barrett driving to the near side of the floor. Brings it back out, taking her time, looking into Amaya Williams. There it is, overthrew it, saved by Emma Armentia, but she steps on the line, and that's exactly what you were talking about in that short, out-of-bounds area. It can be tough.
It can. You had, what do you got there, a foot and a half?
You don't have much. And she was tiptoeing, almost like she's walking on a rope. Oh, and the Cavs get it into Brooke Davis. It hits her shin, and it goes right out of bounds.
But you did see the Cavs came in there, and it looked like they had a point to try to get the ball to Maya down low. With her back to the basket. While you got her in the game, you got to utilize her. Nice steal.
Stolen by Ava McCune all the way, and she gets the right-hand layup to go. 16-11, the Cavs have fought back within 5 here. 7 to go in the third. Far side of the floor, it's Sydney Hudson faking, dump off to Jade Pryor.
Travel.
And they call her for a travel, and I think Jade got hit right in the chest. She's laughing it off, but she took a hard hit right there, I think, by Amaya Williams. Anyway, the Cavs have it. 6:50 to go in the third. They get it to Brooke Davis. Davis back over to McCune. The attention is a lot more attentive by the Cavs
Well,
here.
you see they're able to throw the ball inside to Amaya, and it makes a difference.
Inside to Brooke Davis, and a jump ball will be called. Turnover on the Cavs. The Tigers will have it, and Jade Pryor got in there.
Each team has 3 turnovers in this first minute and a half.
Gee whiz. Jade picks up her dribble. They needed to get across half court. They do to Briley Rust. Back to Jade. Jade hands off to Sydney Hudson. Hudson over to Emma Armentia. Then to Jade Pryor at the right elbow. Brings it back out. Sydney Hudson near corner. Hudson back up top. Over to Armentia. Dump off the Jade Pryor. Free throw line, and she gets it to go. That's her sweet spot. 18-11, the Lady Tigers lead. Brooke Davis to get it in. Full court pressure from the Lady Tigers. They do. Get it to Ashlyn Barrett. Skip past to Bryn. Crosses the timeline. Here comes Bryn. Here comes the double. Picks up her dribble. Try to get it to Amaya Williams. Fight for the ball is a jump ball, and it'll stay here. Lady Cav basketball. The Cavs have fought back in this. Slaps the ball. Here comes the play. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. Barrett to take it out. Ashlyn needing to get rid of it. Sydney Hudson knew it was coming this time.
Nope. It's a turnover.
She tried to throw it off the leg of Sydney Hudson, and Sydney knew exactly what she was thinking. She jumps in the air, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Another turnover for the Cavs.
Watch how far the Cavs come out in this zone here. The middle at the free throw line is open every time.
Sydney Hudson to Briley Rust, then to Osorono. Dumped off, almost stolen it is by Ashlyn Barrett. Now sliding and diving is Sydney Hudson. She'll pick up the foul on Ashlyn Barrett. She stops the potential easy layup, though.
That's her second foul.
Sideline out of bounds play. Bryn Barrett to take it out. Slaps the ball. Kicks it back court to Ava McCune. Ava crosses the timeline. Lupita Osorono on her. Man-to-man from the Tigers. Bryn Barrett with it. Armentia on her. Almost stolen. She does steal it. She's got those long arms. Bryn Barrett couldn't get it around her, and they get it to Sydney Hudson to bring it across the timeline. She kicks it over to Emin Armentia. Armentia inside, left block, back out, short corner, 15-footer from Osorono, no good, but rebounded by Jade Pryor, and she gets the putback to go. 20-11, the Lady Tigers lead. 4:40 to go here in the third. Ava McCune spinning around, going inside, has space, and she gets it to go. Good move by McCune. Makes it 20-13 now, the Tigers lead. 4:30 to go in the third. Up to Armentia, then to the far corner. Osorono, the left elbow. It's Jade Pryor, picks up her dribble. Back out, Armentia. Hudson, back to Pryor, pops the three. No good, rebounded by Amaya Williams. Hits the deck, she has it. She's got to get rid of it. She does to Bryn Barrett. Bryn takes the pick from Amaya Williams. She's attacking, back out. Ashlyn Barrett pops the three. No good. Amaya Williams on the inside, though. Couldn't get the putback to go, but she's fouled, and she will go to the line.
It's going to be on Sydney Hudson. That's going to be her third. Team second, but she's going to be shooting.
That's exactly what you need from Amaya Williams on the inside. First free throw is up, away, and no good, unfortunately, as tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We certainly thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Stop by Papa Farm Pizza after the game for fresh ingredients that separates their pizza from any others. That's Papa Farm Pizza, downtown Knox. Call 574-772-5888 to place your order now. Second free throw missed as well. Rebounded by Jade Pryor. She gets it to Emin Armentia. Then back to Jade. Jade driving to the left elbow. Picks up her dribble. Back to Emma. Armentia over to Briley Rust. Near corner. Then back up top to Sydney Hudson. Almost lost it. Back to Lupita Osorono. Inside to Armentia. No good. Rebounded by the Cavs. Here comes Ava McCune. Over to Ashlyn Barrett. And Briley Rust sticks her hand in there, and it goes out of bounds. Staying here, though, Lady Cav basketball. Ashlyn Barrett slaps the ball. Here comes the play. They're not moving. Lob into Ava McCune, and a reach-in foul will be called.
Lupita.
Yep, they'll call it on Lupita Osorono.
That's her second.
Out of bounds play underneath her own basket. Ashlyn Barron to take it out. Gets it to Amaya Williams.
She traveled.
Driving inside,
Twice.
There she finally gets called for it. She couldn't get a hold of the rock, and she unfortunately travels.
They are putting more of an emphasis on trying to get the ball to her, though, which is nice. Just going to open up better shots.
Ooh, Ava McCune will steal it on the inbounds pass. Puts it up off the glass, no good, but she's fouled. I'll tell you what, Ava McCune is a competitor. She competes.
Competer.
I like that. I made it up on the fly. She's a competitor. She competes.
You know, I learned so many new words. Yeah.
You just make it up as you go. Fighter. She's a fighter.
There you go.
And she competes. Yeah. Heck yeah.
I like it.
Misses the first of two, as LAP Waste is a woman-owned waste management company. Quick, reliable next-day delivery service for dumpsters and containers. Get rid of your waste as easily and efficiently as possible. Call them at 574-542-4019 and waste less with LAP Waste. McCune, second free throw on the way is good, making it 20-14 now. 3:23 to go in the third. And now head coach Christian Porter will call a timeout to talk things over, as Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way.
30-second.
30-second timeout here, as we'll have one more to read. Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Well, the Cavs are fighting back, down 6 here with 3:20 to go in the third. Anything can happen.
Yeah, they're just pecking away at it, doing a nice job, utilizing Amaya inside. Still probably turning the ball over a little more than what the coach Adam wants, but for the most part, they're doing a nice job, and really got a couple steals and got some breakaways with some easy baskets.
Well, and like you had mentioned, the Cavs, they can get the threes going. You just saw it not too long ago. So now the Tigers will inbound it to Lupita Osorono. Osorono back to Briley Rust. Stolen by Amaya Williams. Here she comes off the glass, gets it to go. The Cavs bring it within 4 now, 20-16. Last 3 minutes of the third. Full court pressure from the Cavs. Up to Emma Armentia. Back to Jade Pryor, top of the key. Jade over to Osorono. The Cavs have fought back into this ball game. Osorono picks up her dribble, top of the key, finding Armentia now. Far side of the floor. Now it's Jade Pryor. Skip pass to Osorono, driving inside on Bryn Barrett. She brings it back out. Ooh. She tried to get it to Briley Rust, and at that same time, Briley cuts, and she will carry the ball.
I think they need to kind of settle things down with hitting Jade, maybe run Jade high-low in the middle a little bit instead of having her on the outside.
Brooke Davis. Oh, nice play.
Nice block. Oh, called a
foul. They'll call it a foul. The Cavs brought the ball to the near corner. Brooke Davis is the one who got the pass, and then she goes to the other side of the floor. A little lob pass, couldn't get it to go, but she's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. She misses the first of 2. As we thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Emin Armentia. Armentia across the timeline, gets it to Jade Pryor, far side of the floor. Picks up her dribble. Then back up to Armentia.
Put her in the middle of the floor.
Cavs in that zone here. Stolen by Ava McCune. She read it well off the glass, and she gets the layup to go. The Cavs have fought back, and they bring it within 2 here. Oh, no, and Ava McCune was being a bit too much of a pest.
It's going to be her 4th.
On Jade Pryor, and that will be McCune's 4th. She's such a competitor. She's such a competitor. She can't help herself, and unfortunately will pick up her fourth. She will check out, and checking in is Ileana Andrzejewski, the sophomore.
Hands on.
The Tigers cross the timeline. They get it to Lupita. Lupita back to Emma. Near corner shot, no good from Briley Rust. Rebounded by Brooke Davis, and here comes Davis. Gets it to Ashlyn Barron, inside to Bryn Barron. Turnaround shot is Amaya Williams, no good. Fight for the rebound. The Tigers come up with it. It's Armentia. Hand off to Jade Pryor. Pryor now pushing it forward, crosses the timeline. Oh, she tried to find a slashing Briley Rust, and it was too far ahead of her and goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Tigers here.
I think the Cavs need to keep pounding the ball inside. They'll be shooting free throws with a minute 20 left. They've got 5 fouls against the Tigers, so they'll be shooting the free throws. So I would be attacking as much as I could right now. Get the ball to Amaya or Bryn to attack the basket.
Right. Davis to Bryn Barrett, near corner. Armentia on her. Gets rid of it, top of the key to Brianna Schlemmer. Schlemmer over to Brooke Davis. Davis almost lost it, but saves it.
Ooh, she traveled.
Hands off to Bryn Barrett. Head coach Christian Porter wanted it. They didn't call it. Bryn picks up her dribble, looking inside. Somehow it gets to Brooke Davis.
That wasn't to her, but it got to her. That pass wasn't intended for her.
It was intended for Amaya Williams, who was doubled. One of the defenders deflected it. It falls into the hands of Brooke Davis. She goes up for a shot, no good. She's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. As today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star, we thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall. She makes the first of 2, bringing it to a 1-point ball game, 20-19, as Keener Construction is a proud supporter of all local high school sports. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Second free throw's no good. Bryn Barrett comes up with a rebound. Her putback's no good. Rebounded by Jade Pryor. Here come the Tigers, leading by 1, 20-19, last 40 seconds of the third. Lupita Osarono with the ball. Gets it over to Armentia, then to Jade Pryor, far corner. Dribbles in, here comes the double. Trying to get rid of it. She needs to. And she will be called for a travel. They're having trouble with the zone now, Coach.
Yeah, they're trapping them, and they're doing a little more standing than they were the first half. First half they were helping, when they were getting trapped, flashing to the ball. That time they stood and did the old famous behind, throw it over here.
So the Cavs have an opportunity to take the lead here on this possession with 25 seconds to go in the third. My goodness. They were once down by double digits, folks. It's Brooke Davis driving inside, almost losing it. She does. Stolen by Armentia. Armentia 1-on-2, off the glass, left-handed, no good. Rebounded by Brooke Davis. Last 10 seconds here of the third. Davis, pops the deep 3. She paid attention to the cheer block of Tri-Township, who was counting down at 3-2-1 with 6 seconds to go, and you can't listen to them. Part of the game.
That's why you play at home.
That's why you play at home. It is in the favor of the Tigers now, leading by 1. Last 4 seconds. They get it to Lupita. Back to Jade. Jade won't get the shot off in time, and that will be the end of the third. 20-19. This has turned into quite a ball game from the historic Tiger Den as the Tigers lead the Lady Cavs by 1. We take a break and come back. Fourth quarter action on the way.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Back in the Tiger Den, Mitch Columbi along with sports analyst Terry Minix. We go to the fourth quarter. 20-19, the Lady Tigers of Tri-Township lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. 8 minutes, MOT, moment of truth here between these two area teams of ours. The Tigers will have it to start the fourth. It's Armentia getting it over to Jade Pryor. Pryor now, far side of the floor. Skip pass to Briley Russ. Tried to get the entry pass at the free throw line to Jaden Carr. No good. Stolen by the Cavs. Here comes Brooke Davis. Back to number 30. That is Ashlyn Barrett. Then to Brianna Schlemmer driving in. She'll lose it. But they're saying last touch by the Lady Tigers.
You know, we had our first OT game the other night in North Judson, and this one's shaping up to be like that one.
Out of bounds, playing underneath their own basket. They get it to Amaya Williams off the glass, and the Lady Cavs will take the lead for the first time tonight. 21-20, they lead. My goodness, it took the entire 3 quarters to make it happen, and with 7:20 in the fourth to go, they lead the Lady Tigers. My goodness. Skip pass to Emma Armentia, inside to Carr, back out to Jade Pryor, then inside to Lupita. No good from the left block, rebounded by Bryn Barrett. The Cavs are putting something together here. She pushes it forward to Brooke Davis, off the glass. No good, but Amaya Williams is there to clean it, and her putback goes. 23-20, the Cavs lead. Now on the other end of the floor, it's Emma Armentia, back up top to Jade Pryor. The Tigers look a little stunned. Armentia now with the ball, far corner, back to Pryor. Takes a bump, going inside now. Step back to Jaden Carr. Near corner, Russ pops the 3. No good, too hard, but saved for a second chance opportunity. It's Emma Armentia. Emma over to Jade Pryor. Entry pass to Lupita Osarono, blocked by Bryn Barrett. And it's saved by Amaya Williams. Oh, she picks up her dribble. She needs help. She gets it to Bryn, who will bring it across the timeline. 6:15 to go in the ball game. Near corner, Brianna Schlemmer takes the pick from Bryn Barrett inside to Brooke Davis. Turnaround shot from the post. No good. Rebounded by Emma Armentia. Here comes Emma crossing the timeline. Near side of the floor. Down by 3. The Tigers need something here. Over to Briley Rust. Into the left elbow. It's Jaden Carr. Then to Armentia. Back to Jade Pryor. Skip pass back to Briley Rust. Pops the 3. No good. Too short. Rebounded by Amaya Williams. Amaya, she's going to bring it forward. Crossing the timeline. Gets it to Ashlyn Barrett. Ashlyn coming to the near side of the floor. Dump off to Brianna Schlemmer. Schlemmer now into Amaya Williams at the free throw line. Amaya. She has Lupita Osarono on her, coach. Big height difference there.
Yeah.
Here comes Schlemmer, and she will travel. It's unfortunate there.
Yeah, Maya was up by the free throw line. She needed to go down to the block, to back. I mean, she's done a nice job in this second half, you know, getting the ball to her, and she's getting the steals. She's all over the floor right now. They got to keep her on the floor. Looks like she's a little winded right now.
She is. So the Tigers will inbound it. It's Emma Armentia crossing the timeline, getting it to Briley Rust. Rust back to Armentia, then to Rust. Back to Armentia, swings it over, Jade Pryor. Pryor, far corner, Sydney Hudson, then back to Pryor. Skip pass back to Armentia, almost lost it, she saves it. Back up top to Pryor. Pryor brings it back out up top. 5 minutes to go exactly in the fourth. They trail 23-20. Briley Russ saves it, almost lost it. Back to Jade Pryor. Then to Emma Armentia. Skip pass back to Briley Rust. Pops the 3. No good, too hard. Rebounded by Bryn Barrett. Bryn back to Amaya Williams. She'll cross the timeline. Here comes Amaya. Picks up her dribble, far corner. Back out up top to Ashlyn Barrett, and head coach Adam Neese will call a timeout here. As we have some more score updates coming in, the North Judson St. Pierre Lady Blue Jays are leading North White at the half, 33-20. Our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week, Kaylin Tunis, has 11 points at the half. The final from the Winamac Warriors in the Culver Cavaliers boys game. The Winamac Warriors beat Culver 54-26 was the final. And then we also have an update from the Oregon Davis boys basketball game against New Prairie. Last score update we had was 26-23.
Beginning of the third quarter.
Oregon Davis was leading. So we appreciate those individuals getting us those score updates. But in our game, it's 23-20. The Cavs have literally crawled, clawed, whatever you want to say.
Well,
they've cavaliered their way back into this.
Oh, that was good. You know, for 12 minutes this second half, that makes up for that other one.
Right.
But for 12 minutes this second half, the Tigers have only scored 4 points.
And if you think about it, the Cavs only had 6 in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. As here's a shot by...
They had 9.
Thank you. Missed shot by Brooke Davis, but saved by McCune. She comes up a little hobbled here, Coach. Bryn Barrett has it. McCune is reeling, and now a foul will be called on Emma Armentia. She can't believe it.
That's her third. I'm surprised the officials didn't blow a whistle for
Ava McCune. Yeah. She's trying to walk it off here. You can tell she is really hurting right now. She's going to check out. Head coach Adam Neese will call a full timeout to give her a breather here. As Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop, recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. Welcome Matt Real Estate, are proud sponsors of local high school sports. They take care of agriculture, residential, and 1031 exchanges. Call Welcome Matt Real Estate today at 896-5138. We appreciate them hopping on board, new sponsors. We must be doing something right.
That's good. That's good. Well, I really think the Tigers have to get back to, what they were doing. I think myself, I'd like to see Jade kind of more in the middle, where she can, maybe take a little bit of pressure off from their shooters, but she can kind of create from that free throw line.
So the Cavs will have it. Ava McCune gets her breather. She looks fine. She will get it back court. McCune crosses the timeline. Here comes the double. She gets rid of it to Ashlyn Barron, who saves it somehow. Then to Brooke Davis. Inside to Amaya Williams. Back out to Davis. Then to Barrett. Ashlyn has it. Ashlyn, here comes the double, gets rid of it to McCune, then over to Brooke Davis. Skip pass back to the near side of the floor. It's Ashlyn inside to Amaya Williams at the block. Turnaround shot's no good. Rebounded by Sydney Hudson. She had the size advantage over Briley Rust, but couldn't get it to go.
I think one more dribble, I think she would have had it. But she does have a huge advantage on Rust down low.
Rust has it, far side of the floor. Back up top to Emma Armentia. Back to Rust. Timeout head coach Christian Porter. He wants a full now. So they want to talk things over, down 3 here with 3:32 to go in the fourth. L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They are no stranger to hard work and dedication and recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. Busy week for us here on WKVI Sports. Our regularly scheduled games were tonight, Thursday, and Saturday. But, man, the rescheduled boys game between the Knox Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays is on Friday, so we will be there. We will have tonight's game. Obviously, we'll finish this one up. Thursday, we will be in North Judson to see the Lady Jays host these Lady Cavs of Culver. Friday, we'll be in Knox to see the boys teams of Knox and North Judson go at each other. That historic rivalry never gets old. And then on Saturday, we were originally scheduled to have a doubleheader to see both the girls and boys teams of Tri-Township and Oregon Davis. That girls game has unfortunately been rescheduled. The boys game will be happening, so only one game this Saturday for us as the Oregon Davis Bobcats host the Tri-Township Tigers. We're going to see several of our area teams this week in a matter of a few days, so we invite you to join us for some more Indiana high school basketball action.
'Tis the season.
Near side of the floor, it's Jade Pryor getting it to Jaden Carr. She's triple teamed, and it's poked out of bounds. She tried to get rid of it. Ashlyn Barrett saw it and pokes it out of bounds. It'll stay here, Lady Tiger basketball. Jade Pryor to take it out. Far court pass. Far pass to the other side of the floor. It's Briley Rust. She gets it to Sydney Hudson, who will lose it out of bounds. The Tigers are having trouble here. And head coach Christian Porter is very adamant right now. Last 3:10 of the fourth quarter. Ava McCune spins out of the double. Gets it to Amaya Williams, far side of the floor. Back to Ashlyn Barrett. Ashlyn getting rid of it to Amaya Williams. Amaya driving inside, puts up the shot, couldn't get it to go.
Foul on Amaya.
She tried to get a rebound off the miss, and it will be an over the back call.
It's going to be her fourth.
My goodness, you can't have her foul out at this moment.
Well, I think she did a nice job of getting the ball and attacking, but I think she'd be better off lower at the block with just a drop step or one or two dribble at most.
Pryor with it, gets it across the timeline to Briley Rust. Rust back to Emin Armentia. Skip pass up top. This is Jade Pryor driving in, picks up her dribble, back out. Sydney Hudson, far corner, three! Tie ball game, 23-23. 2:18 to go in the game. Some pressure from the Tigers.
I think Amaya got away with one there.
To Ava McCune, inside to Amaya Williams. Skip pass, near corner three. Bryn Barrett in and out, no good. It looked good though. Rebounded by Ava McCune. Her putback's no good. Rebounded by Jade Pryor. Here comes Jade. She will slow it up and bring it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, gets it to Emma Armentia. Inside to Sydney Hudson, almost lost it. Saved by Jade Pryor, getting inside. Dump off to Sydney. Put back, no good. Rebounded by Jade Pryor. Pryor, deep three, blocked by the Cavs. Ashlyn Barrett, saved by Amaya Williams, and now they get it to Bryn Barrett. Tie ball game, 90 seconds to go here in this one. Now to Brooke Davis, then to Ashlyn Barrett, near corner. Oh, nice pass to Brooke Davis. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. Saved by Ava McCune, though. Her putback is no good. Rebounded by Brooke Davis. Her putback's no good. And saved by Jaden Carr. My goodness. Now to Sydney Hudson. Head coach Adam Neese can't believe it. He's shaking his head in disbelief. 1:05 to go in the ball game. Jade Pryor with it.
Pryor, timeout.
Skip pass to Briley Rust. Into Jaden Carr, stolen by the Cavs. Here comes Ava McCune, 1-on-2, spinning around, putting a shot, and a foul will be called on Emin Armentia, sending Ava McCune to the line.
It's her fourth foul.
Man, you got to think about it. These Cavs just kept fighting what looked like the Tigers game all night long. The Cavs have really shaking things up here in the Den, as the first of two will be no good. Local Union USW 9551 is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. And Jade Pryor will leave the foul. She left. What'd she do?
She left, and then she went back in after they handed McCune the ball.
McCune can't make it count. Rebounded by Amaya Williams. Her putback's no good. Now rebounded by Bryn Barrett. And head coach Adam Neese will call the full timeout. Oh, man. This is nuts. 23-23. What was it at half? Do you remember?
Yeah, I've got it down. It was 16-9 in favor of the Tigers.
And at the end of the first?
At the end of the first, it was 9-1, and at the third quarter, it was 20-19.
So this is a tale of two halves.
Not been a lot of scoring.
Right? Only 46 points total in this game, 23 apiece, tied with 50 seconds to go. If you're the Cavs, how are you feeling right now? I feel like the energy's on their side right now.
Well, it's definitely. I think they got to go again. They got to go inside and give the ball to Amaya as much as you can and play that inside out. Keep it in Bren. What I would be doing is keeping it in Bren's hand, whether she attacks or she throws the ball to Amaya Williams. I mean, that's your two seniors, but I would make sure that that's where it goes for sure. She's got the size advantage down low anyway.
So the Cavs will have an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket.
They both have two timeouts.
Ashlyn Barrett to take it out. They've had trouble getting it in. They do this time to Brooke Davis. No problem at the right elbow. Now to Bryn Barrett. Thought about a three, but no. Far corner. Picks up her dribble. Back to Brooke Davis. Skip pass to Ashlyn Barrett. Then up top to Ava McCune. She'll bring it out up top. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to Brooke Davis. Driving in. Picks up her dribble. Back to Amaya Williams at the three-point line. She shouldn't be out there.
No, she shouldn't be.
Back up top to Ashlyn Barrett.
I want to call another timeout
right
now.
Williams.
I would be calling a timeout right now.
Ashlyn Barrett back to Maya Williams. Then to the near corner. Bryn Barrett inside to Brooke Davis at the left block. Turnaround shot. Off the glass. Brooke Davis. Last 13 seconds of the ball game. The Cavs lead 25-23. Timeout head coach Christian Porter. Very important timeout here to talk this over. Well.
You know, we talked about, we wanted Amaya down low, and she stayed out at the three-point line the whole time. And obviously, Brooke Davis she says, well, I can play that post too. And she's down there and made a nice move and was able to put it off the glass.
You think about this, the Cavs of Culver lost to their crosstown rival, Culver Academy, 48-19. The Tigers fell to Culver Academy 48-42. So you come into this game thinking the Tigers are, going to have their way, maybe potentially is what you could say over the Cavs coming into this one. But the Cavs fought.
But they could have had Addison as well.
Hendrickson.
Yeah, she could.
Which has been injured.
Right.
With that broken hand.
But there again, you can't take it away from the Cavs. The Cavs have fought back, like you said. They've had a lot of turnovers in the game, but they've really done a nice job of just putting the pressure on it and taking Jade Pryor out of the game for the most part. I mean, Jade, she started off a quick 7, and since then she's got like 11 points total.
Right. Yeah, you start to realize how detrimental that injury of the broken hand of Addison Hendrickson is for the Lady Tigers. Jaden Carr getting it into Sydney Hudson, and they couldn't get it to her. It deflects off her hands and goes out of bounds. The Cavs will have it with 8.4 seconds to go. Full court pressure from the Tigers. They're going to have to foul.
Got a lot of fouls they got to get. You got a lot of fouls.
And they finally call the foul.
Now they call the timeout.
So a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, fouls aren't going to help them at this point. There's 2-1. 2-1. So what they have to do is they just have to make sure they get a 5-second call here, or he's got one timeout left, so he can call that. But that's what you got to be able to do is get 2 5-second calls. Is the only way you're going to get the ball back.
They turn it over. Or they turn it over. 4.3 seconds to go. The Cavs lead the Tigers 25-23 as Reynolds Funeral Home of Hamlet and Coons Lake have been proud supporters of all local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321 for Hamlet or 574-586-2120 for Coons Lake. So, yeah, with 4.3 seconds, by the time you foul, there's going to be too much time taken off the clock. You can't really do anything with it.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to help them a little bit is that the ball had come in. They call a timeout, so it's not it's a dead ball, so they've got to stay stationary. Now, she could travel on the side or something where you don't take any time off the clock.
Brooke Davis to take it out. 4.3 seconds to go. They're trying to get it into someone. Tipped out of bounds by the Tigers. 0.2 seconds gets taken off. 4.1 seconds now. I guess we didn't talk about it, a quick deflection.
Yeah.
Now they're going to double. They won't guard Brooke Davis, who's taking it out. She gets it to Ava McCune.
Oh, that's not good.
They're not fouling. They finally do. It stops the clock at 2.4. So now another out-of-bounds play from the far sideline. I mean, you still, even if you get it in, you got to foul immediately, right?
Yep.
Just for anything.
Emma just fouled out.
So Emma Armentia will foul out. Checking in is Lupita Osorono. Brooke Davis to take it out. Nobody's guarding her. Up court to Ava McCune. They get it. Stolen by Sydney Hudson, and that will be the end of the ball game. 25-23. The Culver Lady Cavaliers pull off a pretty impressive win here tonight in the historic Tiger Den. Wow, we will have a lot to talk about in the Collins Insurance post-game show. We'll have our Stark County Co-op play of the game. We'll also have our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. That's all coming up next in the Collins Insurance post-game show. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
25-23 is the final as the Culver Lady Cavaliers come into the historic Tiger Den and beat the Lady Tigers of Tri-Township. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix. Low-scoring affair, but wasn't short on excitement.
Exactly. I mean, it was two very balanced teams that, did a lot of the same stuff where they full-court pressed and they double-teamed, they trapped, and, I don't think either team really shot the ball the way they usually do or they're capable of doing, and that was kind of the I guess, that killed maybe the Tigers there. They started off really well, and they were up 16-9 at halftime, and then at that point they only scored another 7 points the rest of the way.
That is something I'm sure head coach Christian Porter is going to be talking about in practice over the next couple of days. But for the Cavs, man, what a fight. They just didn't give up. And think about this, several key players got into some foul trouble there. What was it, in the third quarter? Could have really caused some problems, but they stayed the course.
Yeah, Amaya and Ava both had were in foul problems, and that's two of them that really keyed that second half. I mean, they did a nice job. I thought Amaya, the second half, came in and they looked for a little bit more. She was looking for a shot more, and first half she had to sit down on the bench. So, she did a nice job the second half, and I thought Ava had a bunch of steals the second half, did a nice job, and just put the pressure on the Tigers. And, the team effort they did a really, really good job on Jade. Jade, was locked up.
She had trouble.
I mean, they had her locked up.
They kept her out up top.
I mean, she right away started off with them 7 points. You thought, well, she's going to have a big night. She ended up with 11 points, and that just says a lot. That's a nice team effort. It wasn't like it was one person face guarding her. They did a nice job of double teaming her, keeping her away from the basket.
Well, we brought this up a little earlier. The Winamac Warriors boys team beat the Culver Cavaliers boys team 54-26 tonight. At the end of the third quarter, the North Judson St. Pierre Lady Blue Jays are beating North White 51-32. Kaylin Tunis, our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week, has 15 points. Shyla DeBoard has 9, and Johnston has 11 for the Lady Jays. And then it looks like the Oregon Davis Bobcats were waiting to see who won the game, but the final was 51-45. The Bobcats, of course, were taking on New Prairie tonight, so we'll see if that's a big-time win for the Oregon Davis Bobcats. We sure hope so.
I think it's a loss the way she's got it written.
It's the way she's in via text message. Well, we're going to take a break and come back for the Stark County Co-op play of the game, as this is the Collins Insurance post-game show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
25-23 saw the Lady Cavs win here on the road in the historic Tiger Den. I turn things over to our sports analyst Terry Minix. What do you think our Stark County Co-op play of the game is?
Well, I think everybody probably knows it was that that last 30 seconds they ran up. I don't know if it was an actual play, but they were able to get the ball inside to Brooke Davis, and they went ahead 25-23 with like 10 seconds left in the game. So for that reason, sealed the deal on there and got the win 25-23.
Well, and you think about it, we were saying we need to get a Maya in there, but Brooke Davis showed up strong there down low. She still had some height advantage on the defender that she had on her, so good job by Brooke Davis in securing that win for the Culver Lady Cavaliers tonight. They moved to 6-6 now, so right at 500, good for the Lady Cavs. As we will take a break and come back, our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is up next.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
One thing that I always hope for is a white Christmas. It just really reminds me of my childhood and being with the family. This is Mitch Columbi wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The spirit of Christmas lives every day right here on K99.3 WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch,
appreciate that, John. Before we get to our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, we have an opportunity to talk with head coach of the Tri-Township Lady Tigers. It is Christian Porter. Man, Coach, you got the start you wanted in the first half. You really were able to dictate things the way that you wanted them to go. It really was a tale of two halves. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was identical to our last game we just played against North White. Can't put the ball in the bucket in the second half. That's just what we did last Saturday. So I said that before in the pregame. I said, you asked what we needed to do, and I said, put the ball in the basket. And I couldn't even tell you what our shooting percentage was, but you got to reward yourself. Matt Painter says to reward yourself when you do something good on the defensive end. So you got to do it here too. So
boy, you just shot Terry in the heart. He's an IU guy, so
it happens.
But boiler up, buddy.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Yes.
But you know, it all started with Jade Pryor. She got those quick 7 points to start the game. It really starts with her, Coach, and it seems like the Cavs really wanted to take her out of the game.
Yeah, for sure. They made other people have to make those shots, and unfortunately, those shots didn't go in. It was at times. It's sometimes like it's 1-on-5 out there. Westville did the same thing. Other schools have done the same thing, and they know that she's a high caliber player. So, yeah, that's
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think Culver was able to do some things that you wanted to usually do. I had you for 30 turnovers.
Yeah.
And it looked – I mean, you started off, you were turning them over.
Yep.
But as it went on, they kept pecking away, and they were able to harass your players.
Yeah, a couple of different things. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink. So I can tell you what's going to happen. I can tell you that their little point guard is going to do the same thing every time she watches your eyes. She's going to intercept it like she's playing football. And unfortunately, like, you got to learn from it. Okay, and you got to end up coming back the other way the next time down the floor and make a better decision. So
yeah, she's a soccer player, so she knows how to get around the court.
Makes sense.
Well, this Friday you host Boone Grove. You move forward at this point, Coach. Of course, Boone Grove, it's a conference matchup.
Yep.
What needs to happen in that game?
Not turn the ball over, obviously, for sure. Force the turnover, just like I said. Force turnovers on our end. We got to put the ball in the basket. But, you know, we've only played 2 conference games. We're 1-1 in the conference. I'd like to go to, obviously, 2-1 in the conference after Friday night. So, again, play hard. Just play hard. That's all I ask. Play hard. So.
Well, and you got a home court advantage here.
Yep.
I mean, this place, you saw several of the boys players here tonight in the cheer block, very loud. And then, you know, we talk about the spacing, how this is a shorter gym than other places. You guys really do a good job on that full court pressure and controlling the space.
Yep. Only 74 feet, so use it to your advantage. Use our length to our advantage. Again, Jade being so long and lanky. Emma's 5'10". She's long and lanky, so got to use it to our advantage. And yeah, we ran that 1-2-2 tonight and tried to get some turnovers. So got to do that again Friday.
Well, we hope to talk to you this coming Saturday about a big win against Boone Grove.
Yes,
Good luck this coming Friday.
Yep, thank you very much.
Honor to meet you.
Yep, thanks. Bye.
That's head coach Christian Porter of the Tri-Township Lady Tigers. Tough loss tonight, 25-23, but you heard it right there from him. You got to stay positive and move forward, and it's all about Boone Grove and a conference matchup this Friday night.
Exactly. You know, they'll be fine. You know, I think they just got to get Jade more involved, and the other kids, like you said, you know, they got to knock shots down.
Yeah.
And when they're not going down, there's not much you can do. But you did hear it's 10 feet shorter here.
I told you. I said I thought it was 4 feet. I wasn't sure what it's 10 feet short. So that's 5 feet on each end.
Yep.
But see, I was told the reason that the IHSA allows that is because this gym has been grandfathered in. That's what I've been told. I'm sticking with the story. I mean, how else? If you were to build a gym today, you couldn't build it this size.
No, I love it.
So you got to.
I hope they keep playing here.
I hope they keep playing here too. Well, the Lady Tigers a tough loss tonight, but the Lady Cavs a big win from them. I'm sure head coach Adam Neese will want to chat with us if he can. Yes, here he is. Man, what a win for the Lady Cavs tonight. It didn't start the way you wanted it to, Coach, but you have some competitors. Did I say it right that time, Coach?
That was good.
You have some competitors on this team, and Ava McCune, I mean, you see the fierceness in her eyes. She just really takes things to another level. What did you think happened? I mean, from the first half to the second half, it was a totally different Lady Cap team.
Well, what was your halftime speech? Because obviously that worked. You might want to bottle it
again. Yeah, exactly. Offensively, we couldn't find the bucket at all tonight in the first quarter. I mean, probably 6 or 7 air balls tonight. Kind of drive you crazy as a coach, you know. Whenever we were running, still get an open look. Shot wasn't falling, but we still hang our head defensively, and that's something I'm extremely proud of our girls. Again, at halftime, for us to stay in a ball game, we're going to have stops after stops after stops. I think we held them to 7 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Credit to us.
Which
nice job to the girls.
You had 9 in the first.
That's huge.
In the first half. So, I mean, whatever you guys did, and then it just seemed like the intensity when you guys came out in the second half, it just was, the attentiveness was a lot. It was there. It was there.
Yeah, I was going to say in that third quarter, we went to that 1-3-1 a little bit and really got, I think it was 3 turnovers, got a couple layups going the other way. That's kind of what we want to play all year long, and now we've only getting it in trips.
Right.
But it happened to be a good couple trips for us tonight, kind of changed the momentum of the game.
Well, I think the big difference was having Amaya on the floor. The first half, you didn't have her on the floor, very little, I shouldn't say. You had her on the floor.
Foul trouble.
Yeah, through foul problems. But the second half, I thought she did a really nice job. And having her in the middle of your press, she did a nice job between her and McCune. They really did a nice job. They were the ones, that were able to get them steals and put it back.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Terry. They did a really good job. The big play, I thought, Amaya, that rebound putback that she had.
Yep.
And she chased it all the way down from the three-point line, head of steam, got it right away, put back. We've been looking for that for her all year. I think that was a big momentum changer. Once the girls saw saw boost. Amaya get that basket, knew, hey, if I do miss it, she's got my back. We're in good shape.
I do got to ask you, when you called the timeout with 40 seconds or whatever it was at the end of the game when the score was tied, you had Amaya out at the three-point line. Is that where you wanted her?
Yeah.
Is it really?
And put Brooke Davis down on the block.
Okay.
Yeah, because we saw the mismatch. Well, now they put the big on Amaya, and they went the littler girl on Brooke Davis, and we thought, hey, can we just get a drop step out of you? Can we get a drop step out of you? Now, Maya's done a really good job when we've seen 1-3-1s, 2-3 zones, playing the high post for us, so we felt comfortable with her being there. Again, she was a little more higher, like you said, Terry.
Yeah, she was up here. Yeah,
she was.
Really. Again, we feel comfortable there. Again, the matchup. It's all on the matchup.
Right.
Again, we think if she was able to rip and get around, we're fine with that. Again, can't dribble into a trap kind of situation.
Right.
But again, we're extremely proud of our effort there at the end. Now, execution, got to clean that up a little bit as we get down the road, but we will. It's not always pretty, but we'll take a win.
Well, I was about to say, this isn't your first rodeo, but it's a game like that. If you videotape yourself in the first half compared to the second half, you got a couple gray hairs at the end of tonight, Coach, but you picked up the win at least.
That's right. I was going to say, when I get home, the wife's going to probably check my pulse because of the blood rate.
I could tell
right
you
now.
were just there were several calls, there were several things that just weren't going your way, and the frustration you could tell you were going through, but you come back out in the second half. What a fight from you girls.
I appreciate it. Again, all credit to our girls. Really just battle through the adversity. No matter what comes our way, just battle through it.
Well, good win, Coach.
Appreciate you guys so much.
Congratulations.
Again, go Cavs.
25-23, a big win for head coach Adam Neese and his Lady Cavs. We appreciate his time as it is now time for our Ashley. There, my mic. Where is it? Oh, okay, it's right here. I thought I dropped it. We can't afford another one. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. Well, I'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owner serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, who do you think our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is?
Well, I had it down to 2, but I think the thing that the reason I'm going to give it to this particular young lady is because there was a point in the game where it looked like she was hurt and going to be going out, and they ended up calling a timeout, and she came back out and even played even harder and looked good. So I had her for 10 points, and that's Ava McCune.
Wow,
and
the freshman.
The freshman did a real nice job tonight, battling a little bit of foul problems and was hurt there a little bit. But all in all, I think she was the spark they needed that second half.
I think you can kind of tell she's going to be the future leader of the Culver Lady Cavs.
She's just an athlete, obviously, on the soccer field and stuff, but she's just an athlete, and she can do, she'll get better in her outside shooting and stuff, but her defense and she attacks the basket, and she just did a real nice job, and she can guard anybody. I don't care if they're 6 foot tall or not. She doesn't care. She's that physical.
Well, congratulations to Ava McCune on being named our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Another final we have here, the North Judson St. Pierre Lady Blue Jays end up beating North White 67-41. Kaylin Tunis ends up with 17 points, Johnson with 17, Charlotte Aboard with 11, and Grace Craig with 9. So a big win for the Lady Jays. We will see them on Thursday against these Lady Cavs, who are feeling pretty confident after that win tonight. Well, KVB's WKVI Sports is back in action this coming Thursday, as I said, to see the North Judson St. Pierre Lady Blue Jays host the Culver Lady Cavaliers. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. Hey, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Terry?
Another fun game.
Yes,
fun game
back
to
to back.
broadcast. It, almost had another overtime game, after that one at Judson. Things are getting better. I think teams are starting to kind of get into their groove, what they want to do. But it's fun. But it's always fun to come over here, in the den here. And
I got another one on the schedule, too.
There you go.
We're coming back in February.
There you go.
But fingers crossed.
But it's a great gym to broadcast. It's a great gym for these kids to play on, and the whole community supports it very, very well.
Our final on this one saw the Culver Lady Cavaliers fight back in an emphatic way, 25-23 over the Lady Tigers of Tri-Township. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball. For our sports analyst Terry Minix, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I'm Mitch Columby. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, L&D Farms, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, USW Local 9551, Collins Insurance, McGrath Refrigeration, Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack, Kankakee Valley REMC, Osborne Advantage Real Estate, Keener Construction, LAP Waste, Sideline Automotive, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5-Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here's the three in the corner on the way!